Do you see like a smile on my face? And then I go, and then we have to check, am I connected to Earth Star yet? It's still more serious on Earth Star than I want to admit. And there's a lot more pain and torture and torment. But like, big shift. All right. I already did this video and it sucked. I ended up spending more time outing people instead of doing a healing for you guys. So I'm redoing it, which is more appropriate. All right, so Hermetic Seals and Anti-Knife Rape Protocol, Part 3. I was hearing some of you guys going, I'm excited to hear this one because I think she's got it this time. So I think we have the majority of it, and let's go. Let's pull our tarot card. Do I have it? No. Do I have the majority of it? No. And then I go, do I have it completely? Yeah. Oh, that's good. And that might be why. So when my first card I pulled upside down, Two of Swords. Anytime I pull a card and it's upside down, the answer is no. And this is the reason why. And then when I get asked, okay, so then the next question was, do I have most of it? And then the answer was no, also, the King of Cups. And then do I have all of it? Yeah. Let go of fear. Yeah. We all know what this card is. It's like, get out of the dogmas and traps of negative logical thinking. So the counter to this is octopus heart. So that was our Kabbalah 100 key for Hode. It was octopus heart. So any divergence, and like I'm gonna be redundant here. Redundant. So any logic traps that you're gonna be caught in with a demon, where they're trying to use negative logic against you, you go octopus heart, and like go God's on my side, like that. That's just so. All right, so there are a number of genomes we're going to turn off of our assailants that made huge impacts. Okay, they are going to be evil shadow. We're going to do that. We're going to turn off the empathy of our attack, or no, we're not turning off the empathy. We're turning on the empathy so that they have empathy with you. And we're going to give them special Netzach gel. Remember, Netzach isn't Slytherin. Netzach plus Tiferet is Hufflepuff. So you still need Netzach. You still need the artist. Like, we can't get rid of Netzach, you know. It's the it's the people that stay in Netzach and then don't go into Tiferet. Those are the Slytherins. So they stay in Python instead of Cook. Now, if you're watching this video, you might be a Slytherin still because your Kundalini Python just hasn't cooked yet. So you have like these thought forms that get rigid and stuck in your head, and it's like viper mean. And it does things like, yeah, I'll just kill all the people on the planet because of the environment system. So it's like, it's truthful, it's even rational, but it's like hyper mean. It has like zero empathy for others. I mean, like, you might have empathy for trees and animals, but you might not have empathy for the humans. And listen, like, by the time you hit Gryffindor and Ravenclaw, it's like Gryffindor's and Ravenclaw's job to figure out those issues, but not to like stoop to the level of a Slytherin. So when you're stuck in Netzach and you haven't quite cooked the Kundalini Python, like everything, like your state of emotions, everything makes sense. It's all rational, and but the problem is like you send swords to people. And then the other component is like you hate the Gryffindors that are going to come punch you in the face because you send swords to them. And that's the other shit part, is that the Slytherins think that they're allowed to just attack Griffins. And that's that. All right. So if you're stuck in Netzach and you haven't cooked your python, go, the Griffins are my best friend. They are the ones that are going to teach me how to get out of this mess and how to rise. Because you aren't going to do it without a griffin. Period. If you kill that griffin and then the whole grid lowers on the planet and then you have to rebuild it all by yourself, like you're just not going to do it. Slytherin can crawl up, and you're still going to have to cook, and then you're going to have to become the griffin that a bunch of asshole Slytherins are trying to attack. It's an endless cycle of karma. And this is why shit always will travel downwards. Forever. And this is why Jesus doesn't exist on the planet today. Alright. So, evil shadow. That's the definition of evil shadow. By the way, it's people that don't really actually know their place in the divine hierarchy that attack their superiors, and they just don't understand like the level of consequence that's going to happen because they attack their superiors. And their superiors aren't oppressive. Their superiors are like a Gordon Ramsay or a Caesar Milan that feels dumb, but has a high level of standards and high level healthy boundaries. Period. And that's what makes it superior. Now, when you hear people talking about high form and high structure, that's it. And that's a superior intelligence concept. I have never seen anything in my experience or in my journey to the contrary at all. So, not just, it's high form. It's not just form, it's high form. All right. So, we're going to turn off the evil shadow. We're going to turn off the anti-empathy. We're going to also turn off the separatism. Now, this is a component in Hode that all of those Slytherins, all of you guys, should have been turned off. This is like so demonic. It's like I'm allowed to stab you because I just want to, not because you're a reflection of me. I'm separate to you. I don't have the same karma as you, so I'm allowed to do whatever I want. It's that. So, like, this is the component why almost zero people can pass Hode. They can't look at Jesus and go, that's my karma. They can't look at the whales and go, that's my karma. So they'll never pass Hode, and they'll always stay muggles. Forever. And then some of them might slip in through the path of the star that I'm trying to block up with Gryffindor magic. And that's the other magic we're going to do. So that Slytherins just can't get in through the path of the star, or the path of the moon, through the other side, through the femme. So that's the other problem. So if we know these problems, we can start working on them. And those things that I just mentioned, like the path of the star and the path of the moon, that's like where Netzach connects to where Netzach connects to Yesod. and where Netzach connects to Malkuth. So they might not want to go through Hod. They might just bypass Hod and then go up the back end, which is something a snaky Slytherin would do. So we're going to start doing Yoda Ball magic for that too. So it's like if you're not going the path of the lightning sword and you're just going backhanded narcissism, lust for power, I'm going to get it just through the back end divine femme. Even if it's black magic, man, we're gonna take care of that. It's like, you guys are such smart asses, it's not even funny. So dimensional mastery is nothing. It's nothing. It has nothing to do with divinity. It's not God's magic until it's Kabbalah. So, and until all of them have passed the Tiferet Hufflepuff Nexa, then, like, it ain't divine. It's where they try to be Tiferet, but they're still integrating, you know, forever. I got my Hayot HaKodesh initiations yesterday. The highest order of angels. All right, so in the physical realm, there are levels. All right, there are levels. In the physical realm, in Earthstar. Right now, I'm pointing to my left shoulder because I'm just starting to get the Hashmalim. But I'm like Seraphim training, okay? That's the punch kind of girl. But I'm just starting to get into Hashmalim, all right? In my soul body, I was an Ophanim. So very high level, like top of the tree in the supernal triads, all right? And I just started getting my Hayot initiations. Now, the Hayot HaKodesh are like, they're legit. I used to think that they're dumb. I don't know why. This is how you know you're low on the spectrum, is you always think that the higher people have less power. And they don't. It's like you can only understand the level of intelligence of which you currently possess. So when I'm just stuck as an Ophanim, this is how I know I'm just an Ophanim. I look down on the Hayot HaKodesh. even if they're the superiors, until I get the Hayot HaKodesh initiations, and then I go, oh, this is legit. Okay, so it's such this weird demonic arrogance we all possess forever, and this is why a Slytherin will always look at a Gryffindor and go, they're nothing. Nothing, because they all are about money and fame and arrogance and ambition and talent and like all these vanity superficial shit, like, and it's just like all about me and narcissism. And then like if you don't possess the exterior, then you're not part of their club. That's Slytherin, dude. In a nutshell, and they haven't gone down the tree again, because remember, when you hit Hufflepuff, once you hit Hufflepuff, you're forced right back down to Malkuth to dig in and do much stronger foundation work. Much. And then when you hit Gryffindor, you're digging in real deep to the depths of hell. Okay, so the Gryffindors will always have like 30, 40, 50 times more power than any Slytherin, just on the basis of like the work that they do. And this is why a work horse, is the animal for Gaebera and Gryffindor, and like the Griffins are also work horses, and the dragons are work horses, even if they don't want to consider themselves horses, you know? So It's clawing, tooth and nail, Shawshank Redemption style. All right. I have said a fair amount of this material on some of my other videos, but this video is going to be public. So, you know, some of you are going to get to understand a little bit more about Gryffindor. Yeah, you can't charge $11,000 for a program to poor people and think that it's not Slytherin. On the basis that you're going to teach people to learn how to teleport and they leave a month later not knowing how to teleport. Sorry, that's Slytherin. It's really dishonest. All right. There are a number of healings we're also going to do on assailants or attackers. Okay? So if somebody's a knife raper, so there are a couple tactics that they will employ. But most of them are either hook in to trap you and then stab you up the vagina or up your root chakra, okay? Or hook you in and then just stab you, all right? Or they'll have special hooks on you that it's like, when you disagree with me, my astral energy stabs you. Just in the astral planes and just in the mental body. So we're going to work on those healings as well. We're also going to work on the assailants' astral, like whole form. So they will all be Slytherins pretending to be Hufflepuffs, because without having or Ravenclaws. They'll pretend to be Ravenclaws, thinking that they vibe with Ravenclaw, so that just makes them a Ravenclaw. And they have no actual Hufflepuff knowledge. So how can they be a Ravenclaw without even knowing and understanding the Hufflepuffs? Because the Ravenclaws know everything. Like they know everything I'm about to say, you know, like. So this is like, if you look at the Clippeth tree, you'll see at the bottom there's a section called the Ravens of Dispersion. So when people think that they're a Ravenclaw without having passed any Hufflepuff Nexa, it's because they're in the Ravens of Dispersion in the Hell Realms. So they're working with the demonic forces. They're not working with the high ravens that know everything, including how to have their heart be their brain. And, oh my God, Kali Ren's under attack by one of my astral selves. I know exactly how to deal with it. Like 5 seconds later, oh, let me send her an email. Okay, so that's like a Ravenclaw. It's high magic. Not, oh, Kali Ren's been posting about me stabbing her in the astral planes for months, and I still haven't even sent her an email to say hi, or what do you need? So that's a Slytherin. So the Ravens of Dispersion sit at the Slytherin house. So, all right. Now, imagine your assailant. Your attacker. They have a whole form. Throw it into the lava. You're gonna hear, I do that every day and it doesn't work. And there are reasons why. There are lots of reasons why that doesn't work. So just throw it into the lava. Then go, where's my attacker's astral selves? And then you'll start to vision 50 different selves. Throw those into the lava. You might see 500 different selves. Now we're going to go for the attacker's demon selves. And you might see, then you might be pulling much closer to the Hell Realm or the Earth Star or the Hell Star, those realms. And yeah, I started getting my high out initiations through the light coming through Hellstar and the Clipit. That was rad. It felt really nice. The high out HaKodesh are like God's badasses. It's like they're they're the gangsters of God, you know. But like when I said that the first time, it didn't feel good saying it, and now that I'm saying it again, it also doesn't feel good saying it. She's Wonder Woman, the Hayat Hakodesh. It just like She-Ra, Buffy plus Wonder Woman plus Korra. That it's like boom, like we've got our stuff covered. And then there's no weird psycho traps in the Hayat. It's just clarity. So I'm gonna be really excited when that starts manifesting in the physical through Earth Star. That's gonna be rad. We'll see how long that takes. With the Ophanim, there is no shadow, but it also has a shadow because they're busy. They're so busy in their brain figuring out everything and doing all the logical analysis of all the computations of every action that they do all day long. So it prevents them from just going, boom, order. Where the Hayat HaKodesh is just like, I am the minister for magic. This is your karma. Done. No questions. So there's no doubt left with those initiations. It's like zero. It's like you're connected to God and you deliver. And it's beautiful and it's sincere and it's clear. It's legit. And you'd think they're tough. That you think they're tough, but they're like they're seraphim on crack. So they are the seraphim, you know. So there's a weird twist with Gaebera, and the way that the highest realm and Gaebera connect because they're God's protectors, so they also have like there's a weird binary opposition there, you know. So this is why the white comes through on the griffins and the boundary dragons. You'll see in the Knights Templar kind of logo. That's the Hayat HaKodesh. And you're like, oh. So they work together. All right. So all those demon selves go into the lava. Now we go, oh, the higher selves. Yeah, we pour lava on the higher selves of people that have been attacking us. Why has their higher self not intervened at all? Higher selves into the lava. Maybe it will be magic lava and it will purify them and clean them out. Then we go, oh, the middle selves. Those go into the lava. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys have some time to do that. I got a request to elongate this. In that process, I'm going to write down everything that needs to be done so I don't forget. If you're getting done. Okay, so I wrote down a lot of things because we have a lot of things for this protocol. And this is where I have to let go of my negative logic because this is a long healing, which is why it does good work. Okay, so we put all their middle selves in. Now, find all of their angel selves and then ask all of the demonic parts of those angel selves to be thrown into the lava. And then any attack devices or aggression go into the lava too. Angels aren't perfect. Sometimes they'll always have something weird hidden. Always. Never trust it. Ever. Look outside. Look outside and tell me that that those people are Christs, you know. All right, so boom, 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 boom. So you've thrown all those selves into the lava and all those devices. Now we're gonna find all the hooks. The fish hooks. So these are the things that they'll hook into you either through to hook into your emotion or to like your logic. It's usually somebody who uses love or like an emotional attachment to your people pleasing needs. So they're like, I want you to like me so that I can hook into you. So I'm gonna guilt trip you so then I can stab you. So you drop your guard. So like all those hooks, now find them and then throw those into the lava. Yep. So those are Slytherin devices. Now, on that person, you're going to envision that path of the star being blocked up with concrete. Like a concrete brick cube. So that entire path. Now, if you have to look up the tree of life, do that. So it's from Netzach to Yesod. So that they don't have lusty powers anymore. The only reason to have lusty powers is for Mother Earth to induce people to come into nature to start taking care of it. So that's very Hufflepuffy. So there's a healing component. But Slytherins, like, will use the lusty powers just to manipulate you. So you can pay them money, so you can make them famous, so you can make them successful. They'll do everything. So fill it up with concrete. And now you have to imagine, you should imagine the tree as a 3D tree. So you have the one on the forward right or left. So that one gets filled up with concrete, and then the back of the hip of the right hip is where Netzach will connect to Yesod there, and that gets filled up with concrete. So we're giving them concrete. It's almost like giving them concrete underwear. Now on the other side is the path of the sun. That does not have lusty powers. That's fire. That's for the Slytherin to burn in the bath of God. That's why the kid is like innocent and riding on a white horse. It's just filled with daylight and Christ. That's why everybody's supposed to go up that path, by the way. Is that when they get to Yesod, that Christ light of the sun clears out the vampirism in Yesod and the shadow component, so that when they get to Hod, they can handle it. So they bathe in the light of God. I just wrote the word possession. Don't worry. So we've filled it up with concrete. Now imagine at least 5 or 6 versions of them going downwards and do those same paths filling up with concrete. I like to imagine people standing on the shoulders of themselves. So 4, 5, or 6 layers down at least. It'd be, when you have a lot of time, I would imagine it all the way to the core of the earth. Otherwise, they'll snake it. Because they're snakes. Never underestimate a snake for being a snake. Ever. So this is why the path of the emperor, the hermeticists. So the high priestess of the silver star, that's Ravenclaw. The high Ravenclaw. Only the high Ravenclaws get to have the star path be the star path at Yesod. Not normal people. Not Slytherins. So that's for people that have been blessed with Ravenclaw and high magic. A Gryffindor does not need that. They might, and they'll go to a Ravenclaw, and the Ravenclaw will do it for them. Like, that's the level of detachment that a Gryffindor would have with a Ravenclaw. They would just have trust and faith in each other. to be able to get something done. So So that concrete block, brick, 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 brick. So we'll do all of this in the Yoda ball healing as well. So when we start creating the Yoda balls, we'll have like this as like another like Rube Goldberg healing, and we'll make it fun. Charlie goes, there's no such thing as fun. It's only work. It's fun to me because my brain gets off on like solving problems. So endorphins spike when I do creative. I think that's a normal human thing though. Yeah, sometimes Charlie acts like a little martyr too. All right. Yep, there's Charlie throwing me some shade. It's like, let go. So your dragons, when you start calling them out on stuff, might throw you shade as well. And they even might throw you knives. Make sure to throw those into the lava and tell them to throw those into the lava. They're not perfect. And they're still earning their path into Gryffindor, you know? Okay, so we got all those astral selves. We got the fish hooks, and then we're gonna look for hidden selves. So selves hidden in pocket dimensions. And here is the weird part. I see like a hole in my underwear or in my vagina that they have like pocket dimensions that they're just accessing to do it. So then we throw that into the lava. I'll pretend I'll take off the underwear and I'll throw the underwear into the lava. It also might be a nice magic to do like a underwear burning for each person. Especially if it's a consistent person that does it over and over. I would dip it in like a sacred oil, spread herbs on it, sage it maybe, I don't know, and then burn it. Sage it would probably be nice. And then burn it. I'd also probably spray holy water on it. And then I would go take an Epsom salt bath. I'm hearing, what's the best cord cutting for the bath? So I'm really big on the lavender, but you might want a Gryffindor oil or something higher. So I would do the marjoram, because to me the marjoram is like the concrete blocks. So yeah, any of those hidden selves and pocket dimensions, make sure those go into the lava. Yeah, this is black magic. This is demonic black magic. It's the worst of the worst. And see if you can get your dragon to dragon fire your vagina. And do it through the hidden pocket dimensions. Cut all the cords. And then do the Salvio Hexia honeycomb. Put that on your vagina if you have that in hidden pocket dimensions. Put the giant slab of honeycomb, and then you do it on top of all the hidden pocket dimensions where anybody would access you. So that like spell reversal, spell clearing. If you do it every day and it's still not working, put the Cobra Acid Charm in it also. I know. So we have other things to do. Don't worry. And here's the other thing. If you do every single thing that I ask you to do or tell you to do, and you're still having problems, send me an email. I'll help you. That's my job. I'll help you for free. That's my job. You don't get in Gryffindor without being of service. All right. And then if I can't help you, I'm going to get a team of us, like practical magic, you know? A team of us Griffin women to help. And that's how we move forward in life. So, and we'll all do it for free. All right. So we access their hidden selves. Then we go, there are two levels of Ensoph selves. These are other types of hidden. There are the white Ensophs and the black Ensophs. Find any Ensoph selves that think that they might be, and this is an alien magic. So if the sadistic aliens have access through the different layers, so Siths can get on the other side of Ensoph. Real easy. So like if a Sith is attacking you, if they have a Sith lifetime, then their Sith self still has crap access. There's a reason why God shows me what's on the other side of Ensoph, you know? So let me tell you, most of the assailants that will be attacking you that are like Slytherins like this are Siths. On this planet, at least. I don't know any that aren't. I mean, Goodney's not, but that's why Goodney's not very good at attacking me. But Star, Elijah, Dalai Lama, Spielberg, they all have Sith lifetimes. Of course, I had a Sith lifetime, but I also have Jedi lifetimes too. They're like, it's just, you understand? How do you know you can trust me? You don't. All you can do is go, does this what she say apply to my current space? And like do the work and then go, I need to connect to God better than Kali Ren. That's how you know. Like, like that's the, and even then you're just like, yeah. Because even my dragons that are like trustworthy, like, like I have to work on them, you know. It's any relationship. It's like building trust. Okay, so now we've got the hidden selves. Clean that up. All right, any hidden swords they carry, throw those into the lava. Yeah, when you use the word hidden, it pulls the swords they hid. It's pretty clear. This is the other component. Sith isn't going to turn into a Jedi overnight. But a Jedi, if you take a cheap shot at a Jedi and it maims them, they might turn into a Sith overnight. So that's why it's like really hard. You have to like you have to be friends with that Jedi and not be taking cheap shots at them. Because then that's what keeps them Jedis. If you pull them down, man, they'll corrupt in 5 minutes. And then just go ape shit. And then climb back up because they know how. That could just be some self-defense. So, and that's the Archangel Kamiel, Archangel Haniel arrangement. So that's like where Kamiel drops down into Slytherin, goes to war with the Slytherins, and then that's still Haniel / Kamiel, because Haniel has to sit in Gryffindor and just be nice to Kamiel, who's doing her job. It's a really fucked up arrangement. Nobody on this planet is going to get into Gryffindor without passing a Kamiel Haniel test and understanding it. No one. They're going to have to understand the entire dynamics of the Slytherin traps against Haniel. Because Slytherin thinks they own Netzach and they don't. And Haniel's an angel, but sits in Netzach. Yeah, this is where Haniel can use dark magic against the Slytherins, like a Buffy. So you guys will have to do like 5 million calculations, but that's where Haniel is actually Kamiel, because Kamiel, a real Kamiel, would never let an injured, weak Haniel take the Kamiel responsibility. So that do you get it? It's just Kamiel is the warrior of God. Haniel is the grace of God. So that's Kamiel's job, is to go to war with the Slytherins, not Haniel's. So Kamiel will drop down into Slytherin and then go to war and protect Haniel and lift Haniel up. But Haniel has to be there to receive the broken muggles in Netzach to bring them into the light. So that's the other component. It's a messy arrangement. Okay. So now we go. All their hidden swords are gone. Contracts. Any black magic contracts they have against you, throw those into the lava. any all hidden black magic contracts, and then there's a million of those, and they're like, for me, they're in space. But I need to light them on fire or throw them in the lava. Now, any and all punishment contracts they have against you. Slytherins are excellent at punishment and have actual no divine legal authority to exercise punishment. The only people who have legal authority in the divine order to exercise punishment are Gryffindors and the ministry. But you have to sit above the justice path. And this is why a lot of innocent people sit in jail all day long. And why whales are in a box. This will not crumble the legal system. This will enlighten it. This will make it better and more refined and with higher integrity. It's kind of like the movie Lucy. It's like when you connect to God, it's higher level knowledge. It's higher level justice. It's higher level everything. It's higher level humanity. And it's built on a system of like order instead of politics. So any hidden punishment contracts? Oh my god, there are so many. So those go into the lava. If you're hearing, or if you're, I'm hearing the question, can I do this with like a healing session with you? Yes. Will I do it free of charge? It depends. Slight, like whatever you can offer. Like you have to, like I need money for my time. So that's why I do these videos and like put them online for free. If you're in emergency, yeah. I'll give you one or two. Like, there are always exceptions, you know? Always. If you want me to do like little bits with you, always for free. Got it? So there's that component. And then if we need to do a group healing, we'll do that for free too. So don't worry. Emergencies will always be taken care of. All right. Healing session. All right. Non-evil shade. Hidden contracts. I feel like I contradicted myself. I feel like I said that I would do all of this work for free, but like, try to offer what you can. All right, just be fair. Hidden contracts of punishment, and then hidden contracts of torture. Contracts of torture. Contracts of knife rape. Hidden contracts of knife rape. See, mine manifests right at the vagina. Hidden contracts. Oh, I wonder. This is why God likes to call Star Ursula. She does these contracts where she traps you. Like Ursula. Like you could have gone into something innocently, but you'll have a contract with her. That's fucked up. Beyond messed up. And any hidden contracts of torture? Turn that into fire or dust. Okay. Any hidden weapons? Any hidden S&M bondage lifetimes, selves, or... Oh my god, there's so many. And then... Never in my life did I think I was going to have to do this with my spiritual teacher. I'm going to laugh one day if one of you guys comes back to me and goes, look what I had to do with you. Actually, I would pray for that level of intelligence. Let's just be humble. Like, if you guys could come back to me after like my 45,000 hours of constant clearing work and trying to teach you guys and clear black magic out like beyond belief, right? If you guys could come back to me and go like, look at all the crap I made you do, man, that's like mastery on your level. I'd be proud for that kind of student. Seriously. That's the student that will save the day. So all right. Then we go ego. So all of your attackers, I'm going to explain a number of things. All of your attackers are going to have huge fucking egos. Huge. You're going to have such huge egos that, like, they think they can stab you and then walk away. And then not fix it. Mind blown. Huge. So we're going to turn off those ego genomes. So you're going to find their physical form probably still exists, but I'm hearing somebody is seeing the contraption. It looks like an evil contraption, but it's really not. It's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer contraption. All right, so let's pretend you have another assailant, and this is a really quick way to do a quick soul or self reconciliation. You get their self, and you nail them to a cross. That's not black magic. They're knife raping you. Okay. You nail them to a cross, but you make the wood many layers down and then many layers over. And it makes this circle of wood. And you sandwich them inside of it. And then you nail every single one of their astral selves to the ends of that wheel. And all their demon selves. And then you start nailing their selves to that piece, that giant wheel of wood. This is what you do when you're on the run and you're under attack. If they're not going to take responsibility for themselves, like, so, and then you nail more, and then you put the salviohexia honeycomb on that. And then it takes all the black magic off of them and puts the anti-black magic in between the two of you. But then there's a special goo that we're going to put, and we're going to call it the Auror glue. And it might be black. But we're going to fill it with the Yoda ball dust. So it's going to be like Yoda ball dust or goo or glue on the outside of it. So now they're tarred, right? Now you're going to collect any hidden selves. And then it's like now they're feathered. They're tarred and feathered. And then you do the salvio, and then you do it again. And then you might have to nail them to it, but you might just glue them. And then we throw this whole, you might do it again, like a whole other salviohexia layer, and then a whole other black tar goo layer, and then a whole other Yoda ball. But like, I'm going to go with this Yoda ball is red and Yoda ball green together. And then it's going to collect all the demon selves. And then it collects and it layers all the demon selves onto that ball. And then you're more tarred and feathered. And then you're gonna put some more black tar on that. You're gonna light on fire or throw it in the lava. Yeah, knife rapers. Knife rapers have no rights. Sorry. Usually, I wait till like a month of attack, consistent attack, before I even resort to this method. But man, at the end of the day, when this planet starts getting like legit and people can manifest things out of thin air in 5 seconds or less, man, I'm gonna have this up my sleeve in no time. So, can we call that the Yoda Ball device? I'm gonna call it the Yoda Ball Demon Wheel or something like that. I think that's appropriate. So that would be like one of the first Yoda balls we'll create. These are their choices. Instead of baking in Hufflepuff, they choose to be a knife raper. All right. Man, I'm already getting sick to my stomach. Maybe this hit home with one of them. Man, if I'm getting sick to my stomach, then the energy's flowing. Yeah. Okay, so a number of the things about Slytherins is this. Possession. They are very possessive. They will possess your body. They will possess your mind. They will possess your soul. They will possess. Sometimes they'll have selves that are inside of you. Okay. They will possess. They will possess your entire life just because you took one class of theirs. It will be a master-slave relationship, and they won't even let you breathe. That's a Slytherin. It's not like Lucifer Yoda making you laugh every day and then like teaching you how to self-defense. No, it's guilt tripping and manipulation. While you slave for them every day, all day long. Possession. Turn off their possession genomes. You should do it with their higher astral selves too, and their any demon selves that are still left over. Just we're doing all of it. And then you put the angel light locks, and then you do a secondary layer. Okay, so we turned it off, and then we go non-possession, and then angel light locks on. The other component about a Slytherin is that they lust for attention, and that's the solar plexus. So they seek to be famous. They seek to be a star. They seek for attention endlessly, and they have very little to really actually give. They lust for it. So that's where the narcissism is in Slytherin. So we're gonna have to turn off that attention seeking, and they'll use it. They'll like, I need you to pay attention to me just to feed my own sense of self-worth. And then they'll create dramas just so you they'll create dramas just so you pay attention to them. This is different than like somebody like Greta who sits and protests. That's like, I need attention so I can create a movement forward in the planet. That's not lust for attention. That's a responsibility. Those people, like me and Greta, get spit on because of doing things like that. And then we get thrown on the streets. But we do it anyway. So, lust for attention, turn off. With a possession, make sure you did the angel aura layer also. You need the angelite layer and you need the angel aura. The angel aura goes much deeper, but it also consists the higher bodies and the different realms. It's like a 1-2 punch. One without the other is just not that strong, so it's really strong with both of them. There are more. There are more crystals if you want to do locks. If you need the download, email me. I will not offer that blindly. Okay, then we go lusting for attention, turn off. Angel light locks, not lusting for attention, turn on. And then we go lusting for attention, turn off. And then angel aura locks, not lusting for attention. Turn on. Angel aura locks. Okay, that's already starting to bring in much higher light. Empathy. Empathy needs to be turned on. Angel light locks. Not empathy. Turn off. Yeah, I'll write a Cliff's Notes of this and post it on my Facebook. It could go either way. Yeah. So then we go selfless. Here's the other component, empathy. So just because they have empathy doesn't mean they have empathy with you. So you need to go, so like my attacker is, I need to turn on their empathy with Kali Ren. Because they might have empathy for a tree or their husband, but they have no empathy for you. So it's selective. It's not in unity consciousness yet, you know? So it's still not divine. It's still just Slytherin. This is where, like, Narcissa had empathy for her own child. Seriously. All right, then we go empathy. And that's one of the Maleficent grids, actually. It's like no matter how dark you get, if you can have empathy for like just one human, maybe you can climb up that path of light. But you're gonna have to like scale it up. But you don't get lost, you know, because you still like have love for at least one person. And then empathy. So this is where Maleficent's both Slytherin and Ravenclaw. Yep. So we'll cover that in Ravenclaw. So not empathy is turned off. Not empathy with Kali Ren is turned off. Angel light locks. We go empathy. Turn on with Kali Ren. Angel aura locks. Not empathy with Kali Ren. Angel aura locks. And selfless, because these people have huge egos. They're not in selfless. So selfless would be like, man, I don't even care if I give my life up for a whale. That's the offering of selfless. They don't have it. This is why in NetSock in the NetSock videos, the Python in the alchemy. So my NetSock is set up as an anti-Slytherin NetSock. So it's literally the Python lets go of itself, and then we resurrect it as a dragon in the honeycomb goo. So it's like my NetSock is set up for creating Gryffindors. Selfless. Angel light locks on. Not selfless. Angel light locks on. And then angel aura. All right. Now, sometimes I feel my dragon being used against me. So this is in the hiccup, how to train your dragon kind of thing. Sometimes they will try to manipulate your dragons. So put all those contracts in the lava. And I see all the stuff in the air. Where they try to talk to your dragons to manipulate them and twist them, and it's gross. Just gross. I make sure, like, turn on your genome. I am not doing that. And then turn off the genome of I'm doing that. It's pretty easy. We're using other people's dragons to hurt them instead of teach and train and love. Okay, so that's a really big Slytherin component. So this is how you'll identify Slytherins. You'll see them being possessive with their teaching and their material. Especially, and I mean the spiritual teachers, because like the Muggles aren't really gonna be Slytherin. I mean, they are, but you know the difference. So they're very possessive. They're very demanding. They have almost no empathy for the pain that you incur, either monetary, physically, mentally, or emotionally. They will spin it off like that's just the magic that's coming through, instead of, oh, there might be something really bad and wrong here. They are not selfless. That's why they'll charge you thousands and thousands of dollars while you live in your car. Not lust. And then they lust. They'll lust after, and lust and narcissism. They also are lusty sexually. So, go Slytherin. Let's do the non-evil shade. This one's the most important. So people can be shady, or everybody's gonna have a shadow. But some people are more in tune and aware with what their shadow is doing. So my shallow side is elevating me. My shadow side is elevating me, so that I can get out of the muck. Hopefully, and then stop being attacked every day. Like if I can alpha the planet enough. With true alpha, not with like demon shit. Like with if I can alpha the planet enough, I can set enough proper healthy boundaries, and then I can have a safe space to even breathe. So evil shadow needs to be turned off. So make sure you're going from Hellstar and Earthstar of Earthstar and all of those different stars, all the different root chakra systems. Non-evil shadow. Really demonic if you leave those lower ones going. And then also make sure you get the higher selves. That's where they'll fuck you, because they'll think that you go for the lower demons instead of the Siths in space. How can you feel the difference between a Sith and a Jedi? They feel like pain and torture versus love. So there is the Black Ensoth, and there is Black Ensoth that feels like love instead of pain and torment. And it usually feels loving and sweet and divine. Now, I should feel like Gaebera. I should not feel like sweet and stuff. Okay? I should feel like boundary setting that. That's the cleanest, that's the most I can do, where I feel like I can present myself in the most honest capacity. Working on it, where I have no evil shade. Where my shadow side to that is like love. So it's all boundary setting up front. Okay. So then we go higher selves, non-evil shadow, angel light. They still can't get in. So aliens aren't necessarily angels. So even with the frequency of angel light, they cannot break through it. They can only break through it in their brain, but it's delusional. All right, turn on the non-evil shade and their higher selves. Oh yeah, people can have evil alien selves, and those are considered higher selves, so be mindful. And then we do angel aura locks, no evil shade. So if you know the intention is setting one off and one on, like the polarization, sometimes I just do it all at the same time. And like spread those wings open and then put those locks on. Okay. And then like ego. So with this, I feel like this huge bubble block. So what I'm going to do, where it's like I'm not even allowed to touch it, because it's gonna attack me like a Horcrux kind of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send those Yoda ball cobra acid balls to melt that ego bubble. Because that's what it's supposed to do. And then we go, not healthy ego. And then we put the angel light locks. And we go, healthy ego, angel light locks. Because they never really got the lesson on what healthy egos look like. and then more healthy ego, and then angel aura locks. And this should start really, you might feel the cobra acid, like the goo, because you just, oh. Because there's just so much black magic there, and there's just so much resistance on their end. There's resistance on my end from not like just alphaing. There is. It's just, it's gross. All right. We're at about an hour and a half in. We're gonna go for another 10 minutes. Now we're gonna cobra acid that ego component again, but we're gonna put the honeycomb on it and maybe some intelligentsia charm. So when you put the cobra acid with the intelligentsia charm, it's kind of like a Veritasurum. That's what Veritasurum is. It's like get out of denial and then truth, intelligence. So it like eats at the denial, eats at it. And then it maybe reconnects them to God and good and obedience. So there are two types of obedience. One is obedience to divine law, and then the other is obedience to a slave-master relationship. The difference between a Slytherin is like they don't know the difference. They have no, it's like they lack discernment of like, they lack discernment of Ravenclaw. That's why they do not have that level of intelligence, and that's why they're not in Ravenclaw. Again, you can only understand the level of intelligence of which you currently possess. So when I say the word obedience, and they think any of that energy, instead of obedience, and it's like a breath of fresh air. Obedience. Okay. So when you're dealing with the Slytherins, there's one more component, and that's their spite. They're spite demons. So when they hear the word obedience, and then you one-up them with like higher intelligence, then they come at you like, well, I'm never going to get into the God divine level, so now I'm just going to fuck you. As an act of rebellion. Because I can. Because I'm never going to actually climb that high in the tree. Ever. So I might as well go down. Go down, taking you down. Okay. Get all those contracts and devices. And throw those under the lava. That's a fucking Slytherin. Taking cheap shots at a Gryffindor. Just knowing. Again, Baba Jiga's never underestimate a demon. Ever. It's just, it's 1 second of the thought. 1 second of the emotion. Now that there's no hope for me, because I'm just in Slytherin, I'm going to make sure there's no hope for you. So all the spite demons and spite demonic activity, and so they literally, they cut their nose to spite their face. It's an active temper tantrum. Any hidden spite demons? Oh, and they're all hidden. And any hidden spite demon, devices go into the lava. And then we do angel light seals on all of this magic. So just take some time and put it in the lava. And then they might come around and they're going to use the I didn't know guilt trip demon. So throw that into the lava too. All the hidden I didn't know's guilt trip demons. If you were like me, you'd probably been warning them for a few months or years. And they did nothing. You know what they probably did? Piss on you and then walk away. Then there's the because my body doesn't matter, your body doesn't matter demon. So let's find those. Spiritual teachers are really gifted at that. They'll tell you all of it is just in the air. It's all just in the spirit world. And then their astral self is attacking you. Like your body doesn't matter. And so your physical experience doesn't matter either while they're attacking it. Hidden, all that hidden because my body doesn't matter, your body doesn't matter. Demons. So we got a lot of clarity. So understanding these energies is the first step of really beginning to clear it out. It's the only. All right, so there are these punishment components. So we're gonna need to you guys are gonna need to look for things because you might still feel attacks here and then, but they're usually like punishment stuff or hidden components. So mine is like anytime I disagree with Star, she stabs me. So it's like, and that's the punishment contract in the brain. So throw that into lava. Anytime I say anything like rather intelligent, the Dalai Lama patronizes me with his mansplaining. And then he does it with a rapey, creepy vibe. Like somehow he's in a spiritual authority, not with light. He doesn't come at me with light. It's the astral creepy perv vibe. Spielberg does weird shit too. I can't remember, but it's like there are forms of micromanagement that are like sadistic. Okay. Now I'm feeling my metal octopus coming out of my vagina. So there's that component. I should never have to have a metal octopus coming out of my vagina, but if I do, hopefully it's gritting up the planet for anti-black magic. Protegos and salvios and DNA regridding for a higher level ascension. Okay. All right, genomes, or the lower selves. Now, if your teacher or your master or somebody who's attacking you, if they don't have their lower selves be gnomes, then they're an evil person. If they're demons, then that person's a demon. If their lower selves are gnomes, then they're decent. And the gnomes are like the good folk. So it's one of the reasons why, like, we're going to turn on everybody's lower selves to be gnomes. Good folk gnomes. How do we do that? We just start setting the... I just heard somebody go, "You're a demon in no man's land." So all of those lower selves, and this is why the magical race for Malkuth are the gnomes. So all the Clippeth selves should also be gnomes and not demons. Because the gnomes aren't like knife rapers. They're not S&M people. Oh my god. But they might stab somebody, okay? Like with a sword. Kind of like Frodo and Sting or Bilbo Baggins. Like I consider the hobbits like gnomes. But it's not usually in the face of evil. It's usually like self-defense. All right. But gnomes are cute and they have attitude and like they're smart and they're like they're good folk. So that's what your lower self should be at the worst. So one, you should turn on yours. Like my lower selves are gnomes. And then angel light lock that and make sure it goes all the way to the depths of hell. The depths of the underworld, the core of the earth for infinity. And then make sure that the higher, like the higher. Yeah. All right. And then my lower selves are not gnomes. You could also do the caveat like gnomes are something better. If you don't have a real big abuse of power issue, like it's fine if you do like, oh, my lower selves might be dragons too, especially if it's a mix of gnomes and dragons. But if you're doing this for an attacker, like their lower selves are gnomes. They're a Slytherin. If they're a Griffin, then that's fine. It's not the same. My lower selves are not gnomes. Turn off angel light lux. Yeah, that one's pretty good. It's usually my left wing is much better. Try number 3, or part number 3 of part number 3. So I already did this section and I lost my shit because of like collective consciousness traps. So like if you don't want to be part of a social movement and you're going against the grain, they'll knife rape you. Okay, so even if you're in the like the logic analysis and they're in the emotion and the wave, so they're gonna do it as a punishment. You're just not on their side. Which is part of the reason why you might not be part of that social movement to begin with. So all that. So they're the ones that are actually being antisocial. You might be the one who is being logical, but because they're a mob mentality and you're just one person, they consider you to be the antisocial one. All right, so that goes into the lava. All the hidden narcissism around those collective. Those are the harder ones because it's not like a direct person. It's an entire movement of people, and you might not see where it's going to come from, so it's more challenging to navigate. Now, there are 2 more genomes we really want to turn on, and that's going to be with your primary dragon and with Lucifer. Okay, and the Lucifer one's really important because Lucifer is one like the king of the bondage. So, because if you can trigger the binary opposition genome, that Lucifer will not be attacking you ever. That's your freedom. So, but you should do it with your own dragon, first and foremost. Okay, so the other component is we're finishing off our genome, or our lower selves, our gnomes. Okay, angel light, and then we got angel aura. And then we go, oh my god. Any hidden lower selves that are not gnomes, that might be demons, they might be hanging out in your vagina. Look for them. So we're going to lava them gently. Cobra acid charm them, melt them, or turn them into gnomes, and then spread those angel wings. Maybe we'll do all 3. And then marshmallow it. Okay, so now you have anything left over where Lucifer might accidentally hook into you from the Hell Realms. So we're going to turn on, so you're going to imagine Lucifer from behind you, like the devil card, okay? We're going to turn on Lucifer's bondage to me is lava. So that it doesn't manifest as anything other than like purification energy. Or Cobra acid charm. Okay, lava. And then put the angel light locks on. Lucifer's bondage to me is lava. Angel aura locks. And Lucifer's bondage to me is Cobra acid charm. Angel light. Lucifer's bondage to me is Cobra acid charm. Angel aura. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, because Lucy has hidden selves. Oh, that's going to make me nauseous. Then we do the same thing. I'd rather be nauseous than like stabbed. So the nausea will wear off, you know. Sometimes the stabbing wears off, but it's way more like inhumane. Less masterful. It's just... Alright, Lucifer's bondage to me is not lava. Or Lucifer's bondage to me is anything other than lava and Cobra acid. Let's turn that off. Angel light locks. Then angel aura locks. And then again, with the Cobra acid, angel light locks. Again with the Cobra acid, or the angel aura. And the angel aura locks. So Lucifer's bondage to me is anything other than lava and Cobra acid. Angel aura locks. So that might clear up any unresolved hidden karmas with Lucifer. And then if you have any weird karmas with Lucifer or the Hell Realms, clean those up. Throw those contracts into the lava. Make sure that the lowest DNA for those Lucifer bondage genomes are turned off all the way to the core of the earth. And then make sure those are angelite. An angel aurad. Angelite. An angel aurad. Now you should do the same thing with your primary dragon. Not all of your dragons. So any bondage would be lava or cobra acid or dragon fire. It shouldn't be knives. Lava, angel light locks, cobra, and then angel aura locks, cobra acid, angel light locks, Charlie doesn't like that cobra acid as much. Get their tails. You might see that they were a lot darker, a lot ickier than you thought they were. So they're healing too. Yeah, that's why the planet still looks like it does, you know? And then angel auralax. And then the lava on the tail genome. And angel light locks. There we go. And then we go angel auralax. So this is how you know, like, Charlie loved me. Is like for years, Charlie would just sit on me. He wouldn't stab at me and did nothing. He'd just sit on me and breathe fire. Although I could tell he was really dark and really had some ick. Really gross ick. So that ick was repressed, but he stayed away. Alright? And he would still give me teachings and lessons and like. So, but as I step into Gryffindor, I am now responsible for clearing him out. So, there's that. He doesn't like actively attack me until we're in the bottom of the Hell Realms, and then he just doesn't know how to. It's like it's like a dog. Like they just don't have control of their emotions and their bodies, so that they'll have like ick repressed, and then they'll just like expose, and then they'll let you clean it out. So it's your job. That's why the dragons are the Seraphim's pets, and not the other way around. Not the other way around. So it's your job to clean out your dragons. Okay. So your bond, and then any more like bondage with you and your dragon, dragon fire, angel light locks. If you want your bondage between you and your dragon to be angel light, that's good too. The bondage between you and your dragon. Dragon fire, angel aura. That would be like a high and soft person. Like doesn't really live with the earth element, you know. But does that might be a highly evolved person for all I know. Man. Teach me some things. Alright. So that's good for now. I'm trying to think of anything left that is really necessary, and I'm drawing a blank. I think we're at capacity. I will. We're gonna do a dragon cleaning video for Gryffindor, and I'll probably post it publicly, so that will be available as well. That's it. Color Run out.